Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Hussein Huda, and today we are creating a new segment, Signs of the Hour, and we'll be conducting this twice a week. So today we're going to focus on the three minor signs of the hour. We're going to focus on signs that are evident in current times that we see happening in the present. So first off, mountains will be removed from their places. Consequently, calamity will befall mankind. Secondly, women will take part in business, trade will be widespread, and dominated by certain people. Next, we will have that Arabs will compete to build tall buildings. So first of all, mountains will be removed from their places. This is a hadith in which the hour will not be established until mountains are moved from their places, and you shall see great calamities that you have never seen before. This is narrated by Al-Tabarani, Mu'jam al-Kabir, number 6857. It was graded Sahih by Albani, Silsilat al-Ahadith al-Sahihah, Riyad Maktaba al-Ma'arif, 2002, number 3061. So, one evidence, or one instance of this in current times is in the Appalachian Mountains. And in these ranges of mountains, we see that huge amounts of coal are extracted by blasting away these certain mountains, and that is evidence that mountains are being removed from their places. So right here is a video. As you can see, mountains have been drastically changed and drastically altered in order to extract coal. And we can see that throughout these vast landscapes, mountains are literally removed from their places with dynamites, with construction, with the use of many other properties that are used to remove mountains from their places. We can also see that healthy streams have been completely buried by mountaintop removal, and thousands more have been damaged. Where there once flowed a highly braided system of headwater streams, now a vast circuitry of haul roads. So basically, in other words, the removing of mountains has caused immense destruction, has caused an immense alteration of the landscape. We also see from a book that focuses on removing mountains especially, it turns the forest into scrubby wastelands and it poisons the water. It is dangerous and environmentally devastating. So the hadith was that mountains will be removed from their places and calamity will befall. And we can see that this is evident with the removal of mountains and the consequences, which is the poisoning of the surrounding environment. Next we have widespread trade, women taking part in business with their husbands, and domination by some traders of the market. The Prophet ﷺ said, "Ahead of the hour, people will greet with salutation only those whom they know, and there will be widespread trade to the extent that a woman will help her husband in trading." This is recorded by Ahmed and classed as Hassan by Sheikh Shu'aib al-Amaut. And also we have a hadith that talks about widespread trade and domination by some traders of the market. Amr ibn Taghlib narrated, the Messenger of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, "Among the signs of the hour is that wealth and trade will become abundant, ignorance will prevail. A man will try to conduct a transaction but will say, 'No, not until I obtain permission from the merchant of such and such tribe.' And you will look among a great tribe for someone who can write and not find anyone." So when he talks about conducting a transaction but he has to get permission, this may indicate that prominent businessmen who may have capital and who may have wealth are like appoint agents to conduct certain business meeting. And so in recent years we see that the presence of women in the business atmosphere has greatly increased. As seen in this graph, the proportion of senior management roles held by women have greatly increased in contemporary times. We see that, especially not even in the Western world, but throughout the hemisphere, women are slowly entering the workforce gradually. So this is another evidence that the hour is approaching, that women are taking part in business. Furthermore, we also see that trade becomes widespread with the prevalence of international trade markets. As you see here, this is the World Trade Center, and obviously in modern times, trade has become an international activity, in that with the establishment of the World Bank, the International Monetary Funds, and other organizations to facilitate trade between various countries. Moreover, the second part of the hadith, which talks about the domination of certain players of the market, is evident in capitalism. Capitalism in which key players succeed in attaining most of the wealth. This is when the majority of the wealth goes to the 1%, and they dominate the market. As according to The Guardian, half of the world's wealth now are in hands of 1% of the population. So we see that global inequality is growing, with half the world's wealth now in the hands of just 1%. And we see that the middle class and the rest of the people, they've been subjected to lower levels, which means that the markets have been completely dominated by a few members of the population. As you can see by this global wealth pyramid, 34 million is concentrated in the hands of 0.7%. So this is another sign that the market is being dominated by a few prominent businessmen. And now finally we have Arabs will compete to build tall buildings. Hadith states that the female slave should give birth to her mistress, and you see poor, naked, barefoot shepherds of sheep and goats competing and making tall buildings, narrated by Muslim. So who are these naked, barefoot shepherds, and why are they competing and making tall buildings? Abdullah ibn Ata narrated this hadith from Abdullah ibn Buraida, and he said in it, and that you see deaf, dumb, blind, barefoot shepherds of sheep competing with each other in building as if the kings of people. He said, so the man Jibreel stood up and left, and we asked, Messenger of Allah, who are these you described? He answered, they are the Arabs. Narrated by Imam Ahmad, hadith number 2926. And this is evident in this graphic in that the Arab population is the prominent competitors of building large, tall skyscrapers. You see the Kingdom Tower in Jeddah, you see the Burj Khalifa in Dubai, you see the Mecca Clock Tower, the Doha Convention Center and Tower, and the Pentominium in Dubai. So most of these competitions are centered in the Middle East. And in fact, they're actually competing to build the tallest buildings. This is evident with Dubai and Saudi Arabia, who try to outdo each other in how tall their buildings are. You see that the tower, which is the New Dubai skyscraper, aims to take the title. So they all are trying to compete to make sure that they retain the title of we are the best. We are competing to make sure that we have the title of the tallest skyscraper. But as you see here, CNN states that it has competition. The Jeddah Tower in Saudi Arabia is also slated to finish and is also going to be the tallest skyscraper. So as you can see here, the Arabs are competing to make sure that they have the position of tallest skyscrapers. So overall, we know that there are three minor signs of the hour that are prevalent in contemporary times. First, removal of mountains from their places in order to facilitate, coal extraction, and that is evident in the Appalachian area. So that is one of the minor signs. Secondly, we see that women are taking part in trade with their husbands, and we see that in how they are entering senior management roles gradually throughout time. We also see that certain players will dominate the market, as you can see with the emergence of capitalism, with the emergence of industries where the wealth is concentrated to the top 1%, and we also see widespread trade, which is prevalent in modern times. We also see Arabs compete to build the tallest buildings, and overall we know that as we live our lives currently today, minor signs are occurring all around us, and it is more and more reminders that the hour is approaching. So with that, I'll leave you to think about what the signs of the hour mean to you. وآخر دعوانا الحمد لله رب العالمين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.